The decision has been made, and even though the player belongs to Chivas, Pocho Guzmán will not return to the Rebaño. You want to know why? You want me to tell you about this situation? Stay here with me, and you'll find out about this little piece of gossip. I'm Jesus Bernal, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you so much for being here with me to talk about the latest regarding the Chivas team. Caliente Mexico has the famous welcome bonus for you. And all you have to do is click the link I leave for you below in the pinned comment. And with that, you're all set. Your account is ready. You receive the bonus, and you can use it however you want. On the Caliente Mexico platform, click the link I leave for you below in the pinned comment. Without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about Chivas. Well then, what a situation for Victor El Pocho Guzmán. He's about to finish his contract with the Pachuca team. Remember that he went on loan for a year, so when this semester ends, that loan will be over. At Chivas, they are very clear about one thing. The player will not return to the Rebaño Sagrado, since his departure was a decision made directly by the management. Not even Gabby Milito had considered that scenario. He was simply told, El Pocho is leaving. You might remember that just a year ago, the management led by Javier Mir had put Pocho, Nene, and Mozo on the transfer list. Well, he put them on the transfer list. At that time, they were only able to part ways with Pocho and Nene. It was only this semester that Alan Mozo left. And look, Pocho's numbers aren't really that convincing to think that Pachuca's gonna buy him. Out of 10 games, he started only one, scored just one goal, 278 minutes played. He has a quarter of the total possible minutes in this tournament. Pocho Guzmán, what does this mean then? That he's a player who only comes in for short periods during the games? If he already has 25% of the minutes, we're talking about Pocho playing around 20 minutes or so per game. 22 minutes is the amount of time that Victor Pocho Guzmán ends up getting. For Pachuca to make the option effective, they'll have to make some kind of deal. Could we say that it suits the Tuzos if what Chivas wants is to let him go now? If the Pachuca deal doesn't happen? I'm sure he's a player who can find a spot on another team, most likely on loan again, but in that case, Chivas would have to take a bit of a financial loss. What is clear, and it's a fact, is that he won't be coming back. He won't be returning to the Guadalajara squad. Well, like I said, it was the management itself that decided he should leave, even though the coach didn't see it that way. Or maybe they consulted him. But the management, even before Milito arrived, had already decided what was best. The Guadalajara team has been given a day off this Monday, basically for 3 reasons. First, because they had a match yesterday against the Atlas squad in Los Angeles, California, and this means a long flight back to the Pearl of Tapatía. That's why Gabby Milito and his coaching staff said, "Go ahead, we give you permission." Second, because the match against Pumas isn't until next week, which means even if they give them today off, they have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 5 days to complete a full week of training and arrive without any major setbacks to face the Pumas team. And the third reason, which I say again might not really be one, because you could simply change the training location. You could have gone to Universidad Panamericana, for example, is that today, Verde Valle will be occupied by the teams playing the international playoff, like the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the team from Jamaica. So, with that scenario in mind, does that mean Chivas won't train today, they'll rest instead? If you plan to go to Verde Valle, like I always say, it's best to avoid it today. Honestly, it's not worth it, and it's better to just stay calm at home. I know, during Holy Week it gets really crowded, and we'll probably see a lot of people around the facilities in the next few days. But today, don't bother going. You won't find anyone from Chivas at the training facilities of the team, led by Gabby Melito. Well, today there will be a mixed zone with some national team players and a press conference with Vasco Aguirre. Let's see if any Chivas players take part in the mixed zone. I think it would be important to know how they feel about what they're experiencing right now and about the possibility of making it to the World Cup. And if not, well, we'll be on the lookout in case Vasco Aguirre is also asked, of course. Something regarding the players from the rematch. Sacred years, then. Just keeping an eye on this situation on the press conference. And the mixed zone that the Mexican national team has today before the match against the Belgian team, which, mind you, won't be easy. Maybe it's a team with quality just a little below Portugal, but I think their quality is also 1 or 2 steps above that of Mexico. Just to finish, I simply want to remind all of you that the Chivas and Pumas teams will be facing each other this Sunday at the Akron Stadium field. It will be the main match of the round, I think, and the main match on Sunday. In fact, it's the only match on Sunday. I'm sharing the matchups with you so you can keep them in mind for this round number 13. There you have it. It's Puebla versus Juarez on Friday at 7. Then on Friday at 9, Necaxa versus Mazatlan, and Tijuana against Tigres. Saturday at 5, Monterrey versus San Luis, and Querétaro versus Toluca. At 7, Leon versus Atlas, and Cruz Azul versus Pachuca. Saturday at 9, Santos versus America. And closing out the match day, Chivas and Pumas on Sunday at 8 in the evening. Those are the matches for week 13 in Mexican soccer. All right, we'll end this video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye, subtitles.